Today we are going to be giving the long-awaited tour of my 1988 Albin 37-foot liveaboard trawler. This trawler has everything that a small 2-bedroom apartment would have. It is very livable. I love this boat. I've put a lot of time and work into it, and I think it's really comfortable, and it has a lot of the amenities that any apartment would have. So without further ado, enjoy the tour of my 1988 Albin 37-foot Palm Beach trawler. From the forward cabin, we can make our way straight up into the galley. Welcome to the galley. Here we have the lower helm. I'll get to a more detailed lower helm tour here shortly, but this is the kitchen table per se in the galley. Could call this the galley and the saloon, I suppose, since it is both. There's a little window air conditioner I installed. That does a pretty good job at cooling the whole boat. This boat does not have central AC / reverse cycle air conditioners installed. So this is the table. There's the front of the boat. And this is my galley. So here we have a stove, a oven. All this works great. I use it all the time. This is the propane master switch. So the propane tank is up on the flybridge underneath the upper helm in a cabinet. And there's a solenoid connected directly to the tank. When you shut that switch off, you have no propane coming from that tank down through the line in the wall. So that is a good feature to have. If you smell propane, you shut that switch off. This is my kitchen sink. This is a ice box that I use as another pantry. Nice countertops that my buddy Tony helped me redo, or redid rather, for me. We've got surround sound in the boat, speakers there, and 2 up on the dashboard. This is my fridge freezer combination and a microwave. The microwave takes a lot of power. The inverter will run it, but it takes some serious power. Freezer, fridge. Oh no. This is not the ideal fridge setup. I had a 12-volt fridge in this little compartment here, and it failed. So rather than spend $2 grand on a really nice 12-volt fridge, I bought this one from Walmart for 200 bucks, and it runs off my inverter. Definitely not ideal. Is what it is. Yeah. This is my main pantry / cookware storage. In here, I have scattered about all of my cookware and dishes and whatnot, and that's my pantry. Everything has these nice little latches so stuff can't fly out. I've got my little Blackstone grill under here that I haven't used in months, but that's that. So that is the galley / saloon tour. The lower helm. Here at the lower helm, you can control the boat in every way that you can up top as well. You have your throttles, you have your transmission control, you have all the same gauges that you have upstairs, and you also have a Garmin chart plotter that I installed. I'll get more into that. You have all of your switches that control the entire boat here. Everything and anything. Since I have the generator running right now, I have the shore power selected and the inverter off. Up here, we have all of the old school navigation equipment. This is a Loran. It does no longer work. I actually unhooked it. This King unit works alongside the Loran. I no longer use that. That's my VHF. Right here is the autopilot. That works great. I'll boot up the autopilot so you can see what's going on here. Alrighty. So here on the autopilot, we have rudder position. I'll turn the rudder starboard a little bit. As you can see, I'm applying rudder. Boat speed. Loran doesn't work. Heading. If we were to set our autopilot right now, set, and then we were to change our course, you can see the autopilot's trying to turn the boat, but the boat's not moving, nor is it running. So that's not gonna work. You have our depth and a wind instrument that I do not have the wind vane hooked up to. Moving over here, we have a hailer with a speaker on the front and all of the gauges. We have our black water holding tank. We have our 3 fresh water tanks. The gauges are off, by the way. That's why you don't see any input. And then the 3 fuel tank gauges. And that sort of concludes the lower helm. I love these Garmin units. They are so detailed and they are not glitchy at all. I mean, these are really, really good units. Definitely recommend them. And no, I'm not sponsored by Garmin. I wish I was. If I was, I would ask them to send me the Garmin Smart Pump Autopilot Kit, because that's a freaking nice unit. And now for my cabin, the forward cabin. Welcome down. That's my bed. It's a king size mattress that I cut the corners off of. Sorry, I'm not the best at making beds, but those are all my cabinets. I keep my clothes in there. I've got my Don't Give Up the Ship flag and a nice porthole with a screen, so when you're on anchor, the wind blows right in. You keep this door open. You keep the door open and it's real nice. Got some of my stuff laying around over here, but some more drawers and a lot of storage space on this boat. Some drawers down here. This is my closet. And that's lit when I turn the cabin lights on. That closet's lit up. Only when you open the door is a little switch. This is the shower. So this is a full-size shower slash bathtub. You got plenty of room in here to take a nice comfortable shower. Hot water and the whole 9. And you have a nice view out the window while you're showering. So I love the shower. It's one of my favorite features of the boat is the full-size shower. The whole wet bathroom thing with the shower head off the sink just doesn't sound too fun for showering. So this is my bathroom. Little fan, get some airflow in here. Any of you boat owners know how boat bathrooms get. Got a little mirror. Old-fashioned pump toilet. Typical boat standard. This is a washdown pump, so I actually tapped off of the fresh water supply, or the seawater supply I should say, for the toilet on the clean side obviously, and I use this as my deck washdown pump. So my plan was originally to drill right through here and mount a spigot on the outside of the boat. However, I decided I didn't want to drill more holes in the side of this thing, so I just run the hose out the window when I'm using it, and I coil it up when I'm not using it. But that's my bathroom. And yeah, that's pretty much my whole little room over here. My bed's really comfortable and I love sleeping up here. I know a lot of you are probably thinking the aft is a better place to sleep. Less water noise, less bouncing up and down, and just an overall more comfortable room. That's true, but I don't mind sleeping here. Kind of like the bouncing and the water noise and the water rushing by the hull. It's cool. Let's go on down to the aft cabin. It's a little messy back here. This is kind of my storage area. This is the kiddies' room. So we've got a nice little couch with stuff all over it. a twin XL sized bed, really comfortable bed. That's all my dive gear, some windows. This is my case freezer. I have it shut off right now because I don't need it, being one person on the boat, and it's just a waste of power. Some of my toys up there, printer copier. And then we have the aft bathroom, aft head. This is the aft head. Slightly bigger than the forward head. Nice little area. And your good old sign. Please do not flush the following. I'm sure all of you boat lifers understand that. So yeah, this boat has two heads. And this is more or less the guest head. And a nice roomy aft cabin. All sorts of clothes storage back here as well. Kitty bed. Coming back up into the galley. That is the full inside tour of the boat. I have all of my fishing rods up here. If you are any taller than 6 foot, you will be whacking your head on these fishing rods. Actually, I whack my head on them and I'm under 6 foot. I almost forgot to show the TV. So this is a fold down. This is a fold down TV that I mounted. Comes down, drops, and you can turn it side to side. It is a awesome little unit. You can watch TV while you're hanging out eating your dinner. This TV takes almost no power, so it is perfect for this. There's a lot of specifics I could go into about the engine bay and the engines and whatnot, but it's just the basic run through. You got two 12-valve Cummins engines. They produce 210 horsepower each. 4-bank battery charger. That's my custom sewage tank that I made out of a keg. This is my house battery bank. Consists of 6 105 amp hour AGM batteries. These are my Raycors, and that is my fuel distribution manifold. Here you can choose which tank you want to draw from, which tank you want to return to, and you can pick between both or one for both engines. That's the port side muffler. This boat has big mufflers on it, aftermarket mufflers that keep it nice and quiet while you're underway. Another one over there. The bow. Right now, my decks are filthy. I've tried to get a lot of this rust off, but I need a special chemical to get it off. So this is the front of the boat with my stuff everywhere. This is my windlass, my anchor. Right now I have my 44-pound Delta installed on there, but I could easily switch it out for my 35-pound CQR or my 44-pound Fluke. Fluke works best in the sand. I've noticed that this is the best overall anchor. This thing will hook up pretty much anywhere if you let out enough line. And you don't really risk breaking this if you have a 180-degree tide swing, as the Fluke likes to set itself deep, and if you swing around, you risk bending the anchor. Tied up to this mooring ball right now. So that's the front of the boat. We'll go around. This is the aft deck. I have this line all out because we were swimming in high current yesterday. I dropped this buoy out there and that helped out. This is all my junk. Since I left Miami, my decks are covered in stuff because I had set up quite the elaborate anchor setup. More so a permanent anchor setup. It was like a homemade mooring. We'll go up to the flybridge. This is the flybridge, the upper helm. That's my shore power cord. It should be put away, but it's not because I was running the generator. This lovely piece of rope is holding my pretty much destroyed Bimini together. I put the solar panels up there and it's not meant to support this kind of weight. I plan on building a hardtop for this boat with some nice posts and a nice fiberglass hardtop, hopefully one that can cover maybe about half of the aft deck or maybe the whole aft deck, and then setting up a really nice solar array up there. The upper helm has every feature that the lower helm has. You have your throttles, you have your transmission control, you have a separate radio for the upper helm. You have all of the same depth, heading, and wind instruments that you have downstairs. You have a autopilot control. You have all of the same gauges. And you have the same hydraulic steering system. This is the upper helm Garmin unit. I decided to try one touchscreen unit and one non-touchscreen unit, figuring that if this unit were to get wet while I was underway, I would have trouble using the touchscreen function. Therefore, the buttons are really nice. Up there, you can see the radar. For a more beginner closed array radar, that's a really good radar. It seems to be accurate up past 30 miles, so it's way more than I need. We have all of the vessel's life jackets located underneath these seats. This cushion does not belong here, but I use it here. Anybody that comes aboard this boat is notified exactly where the life jackets are. This is a throwable device. I have another throwable device that is connected to the boat right down there. There's also a aft porthole that I have covered, and these anchors are laying on top of it. Down this ladder, you have what I call the wall, the back of the boat with the swim deck. And there's my dinghy. I'd say for a beginner boat, this is like a pretty roomy, good boat. I can run this thing by myself without issue. And it's really maneuverable with the two engines. It has running gear that's, you know, really much bigger than is needed for this boat. It has 2-inch shafts and 26-inch diameter propellers, which is crazy. And you can walk around the whole boat. You have a nice pathway all the way around, back inside.